somewhere else, but this is where we found ourselves. Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Welcome to an artistic edition of the local show. I'm Erik Skarvan, your aspiring artist and host. Thank you for joining us this week, where each week we feature inspirational locals from up and down the Roaring Fork Valley. Hope you had a chance to see our 1-hour special with John Oates and live music last week. This week, happy to welcome back a friend and a partner, Sarah Roy.
Good to see you, Erik.
The Executive Director of the Redbrick Center for the Arts.
That's right.
And Lorraine Davis,
Yes.
who's going to help us with some art today.
Yeah.
Lorraine,
Yeah.
thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks, Erik.
And Sarah, give us an overview of what we're about to embark on as aspiring artists.
I will. So Lorraine Davis is one of the longest, actually, art educator at the Redbrick Center for the Arts.
Yeah.
How many years have you been teaching Masterpiece Mine?
This was our 9th year, February 14th.
Okay.
It's 9 years.
So that is how popular this class is and how much people love it. But Lorraine like she said, she teaches what's called Masterpiece Mine. So every week she picks out a masterpiece by a well-known artist and then takes the class, kind of instructs the class through painting that. So you can be a beginner, you can be an expert, and you will leave with your own masterpiece, but I feel like you can always get something out of it. And that's a testament to, I think, also Lorraine and her ability to teach that expert to that beginner and make them feel like they've learned something. So yes, I challenged you today. And
I'm
myself.
a total first-timer,
And myself
beginner.
too. I am too. So
this will be fun.
this will be fun.
Or really embarrassing.
Or really embarrassing.
Or fun and really embarrassing. But we got to give it a try.
We got to do it.
And here's the thing too. It's like the Redbrick's not just about experiencing art, just viewing it, in an exhibit, which we'll talk about.
Yes.
You've got some great exhibits going on right now, but taking part, learning art, experiencing art as a
Exactly.
participant.
Yes.
So that's what's so cool about today's show. We're actually going to be participating with Lorraine's guidance, and I appreciate that as a guide myself. I can use all the help I can get, Lorraine. So let us know how to get going.
Well, today you guys are going to do Wassily Kandinsky painting. It's very simple. One of my very first paintings that I taught at the Masterpiece Mine program. And what's nice about this was Wassily's in 1913. Was right before he started working as an instructor, teacher at the Bauhaus in Germany.
Oh, cool.
And so before he went from sort of Fauvism, which is bright colors and art, like Matisse kind of work.
Okay.
He moved into this work and then finally went into the very abstract stuff that we all know him well for. So this is a color study, and what I have taught people is that when we start to work on this, it's very simple. You're just taking the circles and creating a circle and doing another circle in it and another. And as the colors go wet and wet, they start to blend together, where you see Wassily did his color studies in watercolor. So as he was doing his, they started to blend together and create more than one color. So when you got like your primaries, your red and your yellow, blend together, make orange, and that's sort of what he was doing here, was taking his primary colors and creating secondary and tertiary colors into a color study. So that's
so it's okay, more than okay.
Yeah.
If like your colors, blend in a little bit.
They could blend in. I've put on
Just have
your
fun.
palette some basic primaries
Okay.
and some secondaries, and from that you're just going to take them and just go for it. And that's
Now, which brush? To
any
use?
brush you want, whatever
Okay.
feels more comfortable.
Okay.
The square flat one is, you might get more coverage over it. The pointed filbert will be a little bit, more tight.
A little more accurate.
Should we get it wet first?
No, definitely not.
So just go right in the color.
Yeah, go right in the color.
I'm going green.
Just start going with circles around.
Okay.
Part of me wants to go red right in the bullseye, because I'm just kind of a traditional
do it.
thinker. But I'm going
They are sort of like bullseyes.
And see, for this class, like she did for us, she kind of traces out a little bit for us. You know, she just traced it out the grid, but for a class that might be doing a more kind of complex image, she'll kind of loosely trace it out. So again, it kind of gives the guides for the students.
Yeah, and then what I try to tell people is that we're learning a little bit about the artist. It's always a little bit of art history, and we're also learning some techniques of blending colors, mixing colors, you know, painting techniques that I talk about every week, and it's allows people to kind of go from not knowing much about painting or feeling uncomfortable about painting to actually learning how to paint.
It's kind of like just diving in and getting wet. Like you just got to go for it.
Yeah.
And I would think like if you like as an athlete, like if you're just kind of relaxed, you probably do better than if you're like nervous and stiff and freaking out about it.
It is a wine and paint. So we do have like a glass of wine.
Oh.
And
okay, Lorraine. Next time
I know. I
next time we have you on the show.
Sorry, I totally did that one.
But I
should have brought that.
You know, it
doesn't hurt to get a little loosey goosey.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes my students they end up like, oh, I forgot about my wine.
Right, because they get so engaged, right?
You know, and like you know, as they say, you know, we all say when we're painting or doing something like that,
so
you forget your everyday activities. You forget what you're supposed to do every day, and this allows you to just kind of, you know, enjoy a little creative time and a little mindless. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a great distraction.
Yep.
Because you're so focused, right? On
yeah,
what you need
sort
to
of
do.
like when we get to go skiing,
exactly.
We get to stop thinking about things and just enjoy.
So Lorraine, have you had any? Do you have like a funny story of when someone was in your class and they?
Oh, I
perhaps made a mistake or something.
Oh, I've definitely had some interesting stories. I'm probably not going to get into them because they're really.
You don't have to use names.
They're interesting, but you know, I have a lot of people who, you know, they might get into it. They do the whole painting, and then they're like, "Oh, I don't like this at all," and they leave it there, and I'm like, "Really?" I said, "This is really good. I really like what you did because it's really, you know." I try to point out what the parts that are really good about it, but sometimes people are just like, no, didn't like what I did. So they leave it on the wall, and I'm like, oh, I'll keep it. I'll put it up on the wall as an example of what we've done.
Well, it's interesting because I'm sure certain people have expectations, right? Or they're like, oh, this isn't good compared to what I'm looking at, or you know, they compare themselves to other people.
And we all have our different type personalities, right? So you know, it's harder for a type A personality to kind of let go a little bit.
So now if someone wanted to get involved and get some instruction from you, what would be the best way to get involved, like in a class? We
have, you know, every week is Masterpiece Mine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Most every week.
Mime, M-I-M-E or M-I-N?
M-I-N-E. So,
okay, like you're mining.
Exactly. So I created the name Masterpiece because we're creating a masterpiece, and we're making it mine. So I'm making a masterpiece, taking a masterpiece and making it mine, and I also played off the words of the mining industry here in Aspen.
Okay, both. Okay.
So when I was trying to come up with a name for it, I'm like, oh, you know, I like that, Masterpiece Mine, and it was just kind of I don't know if it's a word, double entendre or what, but.
I like it. I like it. And I know my friend Amy Beidelman has been
she
involved
teaches
in some classes too.
Yep,
she does
teaches a watercolor class, which is super fun.
Yep.
Super popular. So both Lorraine and Amy are our teachers. So yeah, you guys run your classes all year long.
Yeah,
so
all year.
We've got a great lineup actually this spring.
Yep.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. You've got some spring classes.
We have. So tonight we're doing sort of a play-off of a Monet. It's a water lily. So that's what we're doing tonight. Next week is a Van Gogh. And then the following week after that, is a little chickadee. So every once in a while I throw in something I've created or something I've taken from somebody else and kind of make mine. And so that week is going to be a chickadee. It's really cute. And then we have the following week is a tulip, yellow tulips. Okay. So we're trying to move into the spring sort of feel.
Kind of theme.
Yeah.
That's neat. And you guys have registration open for summer classes right now?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, for our adults, we just have pretty much through the spring, I would say, open for registration. But we also run, along with our adult classes, we run classes for youth.
Okay.
And we have our summer camps open for registration, because that's a big deal. As a parent, you're trying to figure out where's your child going to do this summer.
Right, line them all up with activities and stuff.
Yes, yeah. So parents are usually eager to get those open in the spring. So we got them open. We've got registration going. We've got some camps already filling up.
So people are going to want to register for those pretty soon.
Yes.
Yeah, they
Sounds
fill
like
up fast.
Yeah,
those will
they
fill
do
up.
fill up fast.
Okay.
So,
and are those like a half day or all day? Or
they're
All day
9:30 to 3:30.
3:30, yeah.
And Lorraine teaches one.
Yeah, I'm doing a plein air one this year, and it's probably
sweet.
going to be sort of a watercolor plein air.
Yeah. So the kids
And
go.
the kids, we're going to go out every
Which is
single day
outside.
and go from one place to the next and teach them watercolors, and they'll learn to paint.
It's fun because they go to like the fountain. Every kid likes to go play in
Yeah.
the fountains.
Oh,
they
that's
get to
so
play, then paint.
And the what's the playground over there?
At Wagner Park?
Yeah, we used to call it the Tooth because it
call
looks
it the
like a large
Tooth
tooth.
So, but our camps for youth are for elementary age students.
Okay.
And then a couple years ago, we started kind of introducing camps for middle school age kiddos and teenagers.
Yep.
And so this summer, we're doing a partnership with Aspen Film. We're doing, this is our third year running with them that we do this, but we do a film camp for teenagers.
Oh, sweet.
And so last year, the kids' focus was learning how to make a documentary film, and this year it's animation, which is really fun. And that's so
fun.
cool, stop motion animation.
That's
So they're going to
fun.
build like a whole set and learn how to create them.
fun.
Isn't that cool?
How
That's
much of it is
awesome.
about imagination? Because it seems like art is so much about that, like using your imagination and your creativity.
I think that it is in a sense, but it's kind of learning what you can do with your imagination. So it's
Right.
like, and a lot of it's playing with art. If you can play, learn how to play, and not take it to the point where we're trying to create masterpieces. But it allows us to.
I'm glad that pressure's taken off.
Exactly. I don't think
I'm
this
like,
is. I don't think anyone's going to be like,
don't know,
show me
yeah.
the Monet
Yeah,
when they see this.
That's happening right now. This is. I'm like over here overthinking. Am I type A? Because this is not good. But that's okay. I'm gonna love it.
It's fun though because
It
just
is fun.
It's playful. It's distraction. It's creativity. It's like
Yeah, I actually
seeing what we have inside of us.
I took this when I started teaching this particular painting. We did it for a group of 26 people. I don't know what group it was originally, and we did it in the dance room. And but then after that or before that, I don't know. I did a huge 6 foot by 4 foot of this, which was fun. Yeah, it was really fun. It was just because I took whatever was left on my palette and just had that canvas up, and other ones that I was working on. So I just empty the palette and just take the knife and just paint it.
How do you see people change? Like, say adults. Like, how do you see them change in their temperament while they're doing these kinds of activities?
Oh, I found that my they get more patient. They lighten up on their expectations, so that and they develop their style. So that's the beauty that I've seen so many times with my students that are regular students, and it's like all of a sudden I'm like, hey, look at what you're doing. Look what your style is coming out, and that's really neat to see is when they really start to take off and learn something.
It's kind of a voyage of discovery right there.
Yeah.
So there's probably amazement in there.
Yeah.
There's people are probably just kind of in awe and maybe surprised sometimes in what they can do.
Yep. And then it's like, and sometimes it takes someone else to say, hey, look what you're doing,
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Or hey, you might have.
You might have some talent here.
You could
I love
be
that about the kids too, because they, it's like when I see them and the changes, or I taught the middle school kids this winter, And it was really nice to see their styles to come out, or as they were kind of, anxious when they first came in, and then by the time they're done, they're just having such a great time talking and joking around. It was nice. And then when they're doing that, they stop thinking about how they're doing it. And it's like they're having a good time. They're starting to be playful.
They kind of get in their groove, like in their flow state.
Yeah.
Goes kind of beyond instruction and almost like just letting it flow.
Yeah.
And that's pretty beautiful too.
Because there's that kind of ability, that exploration to know that you can kind of take that risk, right? It's okay if you mess up or you fall, or I'm sure in your work you fall off your bike or
Never.
It's just not you. Of course not you.
No, it's
but when you instruct your students, right?
It's really interesting when you're doing a demo though, and you do fall or make a mistake, and it's also an opportunity to go it's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I just did it.
Yeah.
So if you guys do it, no biggie.
Okay.
Just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to a break, but I don't know if
Let's see.
I am the next Picasso.
Hey.
Okay. Do I want to?
It's just a little different for us because
I
now
like
we're
that.
on TV
I
doing
like
this.
yours.
Nice.
Eric, I really like yours.
I like
See,
yours
went
too.
for kinda-
You went the full boxed in action.
square by square.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yours might be a little more accurate then.
I don't know.
I just kind of went for the
I like it. Yeah.
6-minute circles or whatever.
Kinda-
the time we have.
yeah.
So cool, Lorraine. Well, that's so
Yeah.
fun. It really is.
Awesome.
It just feels good to do that.
Good.
There's something really
That's great.
rewarding about
Yeah.
it. No matter how it turns out, it's just fun to
It's fun to do.
try
Yeah.
and work in the medium. So
Well, and I'll say one last thing before we go to break. The other part that we always talk about our classes is about this. It's about doing
Yeah.
it with somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Which just kind of makes it that much more fun.
It's social, it's
Yes.
interactive,
Yeah.
which is so needed too, kind of coming
Yeah.
out of COVID.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are looking for those
Yes.
connections
Yeah.
and activities and fun things to do together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all happening at the Redbrick. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk more. Thank you, Lorraine, for
You're welcome.
guiding
Thanks for
us
having me
and
on.
being our
Yeah,
instructor.
Absolutely.
And guys, we're going to take our only break of the show. We'll be back in just 2 minutes. We do want to thank our winter underwriters for making these kinds of shows happen, no matter how they turn out. But we've got the Aspen Square, City of Aspen, Haiti Children, Klug Properties, Redbrick Center for the Arts, Pitkin County Solid Waste Center, White River Overland, and Sundog Athletics. We're going to go to, like I say, our only break of the show, guys. We'll be back in 2 minutes with Sarah Roy, Executive Director of the Redbrick. Don't go away.
Donate, shop, and save. The Mother Lode Mercantile, now open at the Pitkin County Landfill.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
White River Overland in Aspen specializes in camper van upfitting, catering to mountain dwellers and outdoor enthusiasts. WRO's builds are purpose-driven to facilitate and enhance skiing, cycling, camping, climbing, and river adventures. More information at whiteriveroverland.com. Providing exceptional service for over 50 years, Aspen Square features studio and larger condominiums for nightly rental with an ideal downtown Aspen location. They offer fully equipped kitchens, wood-burning fireplaces, and private balconies with full hotel-style services and gracious hospitality. Aspen Square is proud to support the local show. The Redbrick Center for the Arts is Aspen's hub for creative activity, offering youth and adult art classes, community rooms for rent, artist studios, nonprofit offices, lectures, events, and rotating exhibitions with artwork for sale. Come by to connect and be inspired. Learn more at redbrickaspen.com. Sundog Athletics, Aspen's adventure sports school and snowshoeing specialist since 1996, is your opportunity to experience private, all-inclusive snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, and fat biking instructional adventures that will immediately improve your safety, performance, and enjoyment. Like Sundog Athletics on Facebook for fresh updates, or explore sundogathletics.com.
Support for the local show comes from the City of Aspen. The Castle Creek Bridge is nearing the end of its lifespan, and the city is proposing an entirely new bridge as a safe and resilient solution. You can learn more about the bridge construction, transportation options, and in-person and online public events at castlecreekbridge.com.
Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
We're back here on the local show. Thank you guys for sticking with us. A little participation art, courtesy of Sarah Roy, who's joining us from the Redbrick, who's our neighbor here.
That's right.
In the
That's
Redbrick
right.
Center for the Arts.
Yes.
And thanks for being here, Sarah. And there are exhibits at the Redbrick as well as the new City Hall.
Yep.
There's art going on all over the place. Can you talk a little bit
yeah,
about that?
We are busy programming art everywhere. So at the Redbrick, we have our ongoing exhibition program where we change out the show, I'd say, every other month.
Okay.
We have a new show. So right now we have 4 artists up. Justin Squire, he's a young artist out of Grand Junction, incredibly talented. He takes like cool found objects, like he has a rocking chair that he disassembles and reconfigures into like an amazing sculpture.
Oh, geez.
He takes like rope that he's found in farms and strips of metal on the sides of railroad tracks, and he believes those objects have kind of the stories of their past lives, but starts to rethink them. So his work is really great. We have Brenda Peters. She's a longtime Roaring Fork Valley local. She has her beautiful paintings, which are kind of these washes of colors that kind of go between abstract and realism. And then we have Teal Wilson, another Roaring Fork Valley artist. She has these awesome paintings of horses and other kind of imaginative scenes. And then Vanessa Porras, a Grand Junction-based, not Grand Junction, excuse me, Glenwood-based artist, incredibly talented. She's a wood carving printmaker. So she wood carves and then lays that on, kind of rolls black ink on it, and then lays it on top of like handmade Japanese paper. So great show up.
That's quite a variety,
and
too.
Wait, we have another artist, I forgot. We have Daniel Carr. We just installed his art, and Daniel Carr collects stamps. So he has stamps that are like dating back 150 years.
No way.
And he builds them into mosaics. And so he created a mosaic of like the American flag, or the moon, or the Black Canyon. So they're incredible. So
I used to be a stamp collector. That's why I lit up.
You are going to appreciate
All through childhood,
this.
I collected stamps.
You are going to appreciate this so much because
I love it.
Not only do you get to kind of like step back and view the piece, because when you step back, you kind of see the imagery, but then when you get close, you just get, it's so fascinating studying these old stamps.
Oh, that's
So,
neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the specifics of the history of each one of the stamps as
Exactly.
well.
Yeah.
And then the whole.
And then the whole.
And how it appears.
Yeah.
That's neat.
So that's at the
So that's all
Redbrick,
going
right?
on right here at the Redbrick.
Yep, and then like you said, we have another exhibition at City Hall. So, so the Redbrick got asked when City Hall got built about a year and a half or so ago, to install some art in our beautiful new City Hall. So we have started an exhibition program there. So for the first show, we invited 9 artists and 1 gallerist to put art in City Hall. So this art's just kind of up for about less than a 2-year period. And the gallerist actually is the Gonzo Gallery, DJ Watkins and the Gonzo Gallery, and it's his Tom Bitton prints, which I notice GrassRoots has a couple of them here. So we have this wonderful collection of Tom Bitton posters, political posters, and then like I said, we have 9 kind of other local artists who have amazingly talented artists up at City Hall, and it's become a real way to kind of just celebrate our local artists and the work that they do.
And so it's interesting talking off camera, because initially it was like, for people who are doing business in City Hall, have to stop by, they get to see these great works of art by, mostly local artists,
Yep.
or pretty much all local artists.
Yeah.
But now it's a draw in and of itself to come see the art at City Hall, which is pretty neat.
It is. It's really neat. Like, people have kind of started to say that people that work in City Hall is that people are literally coming in. And we've even started to kind of advertise it a little bit, you know, I'd say, as a way to get people, to view the exhibit, which also helps because then they come in their civic building, you know, this is our civic building, and just feel like they should feel like, you know, it's theirs. It's part of them.
We might have to change the name to Aspen City Hall and Gallery.
You're right.
And Community Gallery.
You're right.
That's pretty neat.
It is.
That's right. So how can people find out more? Like, what's your website address?
Yep, our website address is redbrickaspen.com.
Okay.
And so we are working to get the City Hall exhibition up on the website. We don't have it there yet, but you can learn about all of our other exhibitions. So, yes.
Did you have fun at the show? I had fun at the show. Did you have fun?
Eric,
today,
I had
Sarah?
so much fun. I cannot believe it's over so fast because I now see the cookies.
The cookies are coming up. That means we got a wrap.
Yes, that is a wrap. But like, this is the best part of the show, right? Is to get to eat your homemade cookies. So.
Well, I enjoyed the whole thing. I enjoyed having you, Lorraine, as our instructor.
Yes.
Producing a little bit of art. Now my not only my brush is wet, but my whistle is wet to do some more.
Awesome.
So thanks for being here, Sarah. Thank you guys for watching this week on The Local Show.
Donate, shop, and save. The Mother Lode Mercantile, now open at the Picken County Landfill.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
White River Overland in Aspen specializes in camper van upfitting, catering to mountain dwellers and outdoor enthusiasts. WRO's builds are purpose-driven to facilitate and enhance skiing, cycling, camping, climbing, and river adventures. More information at whiteriveroverland.com. Sundog Athletics, Aspen's adventure sports school and snowshoeing specialist since 1996, is your opportunity to experience private, all-inclusive snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, and fat biking instructional adventures that will immediately improve your safety, performance, and enjoyment. Like Sundog Athletics on Facebook for fresh updates, or explore sundogathletics.com.
Welcome to